Hi everyone, it's me Hero's Journey once again with another live stream, and we are at another Secret Invasion episode. So we are on episode 5. The final episode is next week, which is episode 6. Now, in my previous stream, I mentioned how the last two episodes needed to be 55 minutes because they should we're at the point where things should be like really serious and there should be a lot happening, but this episode ended up being another one of those short ones that was like around 35 minutes rather than the full 55 minutes. And I don't, I don't know. I mean, it makes me worry for the finale. It really makes me worry for the finale because if we get another situation where we where it's um like 35 minutes, like next week when I start watching the finale, if it's another 35-minute one, I'm gonna be confused because like that just like will start the finale in like a questionable mood or tone, I guess. Um. Yeah, you see the image on screen where Gravik he starts like losing control, and I think this is like a common trope that we have seen across media where the villain will start to get reckless and stuff, and that eventually will be like what leads to the downfall. So here, Gravik uses the Groot arms again to take out one of his scroll people, and he mentions one of the scrolls mentions, "You told us Nick Fury was hiding Avengers DNA at these like, locations, and it turned out not to be at those locations." And that becomes something like that we hear throughout multiple times in the episode. Because Gravik, I guess Gravik's not just after the what you saw on Call Obsidian, the Frost Beast, Groot, Extremis. He's not just after those four. He wants to be, I guess you could say, like the ultimate creature on planet Earth and the ultimate scroll. Because so far we haven't seen any other scroll actually use the scroll machine. Aside from Gaia. Aside from Gaia, we haven't we've just seen others be standard scrolls. So was it that Gravik was the only one that used the Super Scroll machine in his Skrillex organization? In the very next scene, so Gravik contacts Scroll Rhodey, and we find out that the female scroll that is shifting into Rhodey is named Rava. I think that would be spelled Rava, or maybe Ravah. I can't really think of any other spelling that would work. But now we actually have a name. We can't like sing scroll Rhodey. I mean, probably it's hard to say. So just think Rava is easier. Um, so that's not the only scene we get of Rava, and like we had this confrontation between Nick Fury and Rava, and Rava mentions that the footage regarding Nick Fury gets released, and that is what causes Nick Fury. I guess you could say he's probably going to get hunted down by the government at this point. And like in this scene, like I guess like I don't know why Nick Fury did not actually fire a shot. Because like if he fired a shot, wouldn't Rava start going into a scroll? And the people and the agents behind him would be like, wait, hold up, what's going on? And then Nick Fury could actually explain to the agents and then explain to the president what's going on. but we don't get that. And instead, it's just like Nick Fury, like, oh, yes, I lost this battle. I don't really know why they want to go that route. And I know people might say, oh, it's because they're trying to find their a real roadie. Then you keep Rava alive. And like, I don't know, maybe you can get information out of them, out of yeah, out of them. And like Nick Fury could try to say like, okay, well, not only do we have to like, then he like teams up with the government. Not only do you have to defeat the Skrullogs, we'll also find where to keep the real roadie. I don't know why they didn't go this route. So yeah, regarding this, I've already talked about this in the past many times regarding the issue with the AI intro. So I'm not gonna. I don't know what else to say regarding it. So we get this scene where the I guess you could say standard scrolls. You got super scrolls, you got standard scrolls. So the standard scrolls, they're not really aware of hunting powers Gravik has. So like they start thinking that they could take them down, and they attempt to, and they completely fail. But one thing I was wondering regarding the scene is why they were fighting Gravik. They're all in human form. Like I don't know, maybe it's CGI, but I think the fight would have been much more interesting if we had actually like them shift into scrolls and actually see, I don't know, some type of scroll martial arts rather than just like a bunch of tackling and basically a bunch of basic stuff going on. So we get more scenes regarding the British lady, and she ends up getting to the scroll scientist, and we see the blueprint regarding regarding the super scroll machine. Now I'm gonna zoom in. Does anyone actually know what language this is? Like I don't think it's Russian. Is it like a made up language? Is it scroll language? Or is this actually like a real life language and we're just supposed to pretend it's scroll language? If anybody in the comment section can uh, translate what that says, that would be helpful. Right now, I don't actually know what language that even is. And since we're on the topic regarding the British lady, uh, I know a lot of people like her character with the whole super niceness, but then she's like also violent at the same time in regards to scrolls. And like I can understand why people would like her character, but I wouldn't say she was like a really good character. Like we've seen a lot of good characters in the MCU. So like I think there's a little bit of overhype. Is that the right word? Overrated. That's the word. There's a little bit of overrated going on in regards to her character. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're like in regards to the virtually if she's okay, or if you think like she's like a really good character, and then explain to me why you think she's a really good character. Because right now, in regards to her, I'm just gonna say she's okay. So this image, no, this was not in the episode. This we saw this shot in the trailer of Secret Invasion, and everybody was trying to figure out who is this. but sometimes blocking, but like, who is this person? And you can see the helicopters in the back. I'm sure a lot of people thought this scene would be in the previous episode, but the thing is, it's not in any episode. It was another one of those Marvel situations where they add a fake scene, or multiple fake scenes in a trailer, and either that's not what the actual scene looks like, or if the scene is just not there at all. So this is a fake one. This is not from the episode at all. In regards to the actual episode, this is what happened. And yeah, it's just her like her in the car. I don't think that's Nick Fury's car. I don't know which car that is, because Nick Fury's car was much smaller. But it looks like it's some other car. I mean, there's Talos, not Talos. Yeah, Talos, and there's Gaia. And in regards to Talos, I feel like this episode essentially. This is why I think the episode should have been longer, the full 55 minutes, because we it feels like rushed off. It feels like we get not like not not enough focus on the whole situation regarding Talos. Like, we got more focus regarding Maria Hill than we did regarding Talos. Now, I'm not saying it should be one should be more focused than the other. I'm just saying, like, we should have got around equal focus, and that around equal focus should have been a really good amount. The whole situation regarding Talos just felt rushed, or just brushed over it really quick. And I would have like really liked more focus on it, and that more focus obviously would allow me to like have more to say regarding the situation, and I don't. And it's odd that I actually don't have more to add. Um, so yeah, at the end of the previous episode, at the end of the previous episode, I saw a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people in the comment section of those YouTubers' videos saying, "Oh, Nick Fury's gonna tell President about Talos' sacrifice and stuff, and that's gonna be what was gonna be like a big lead up to, I guess you could say, the good guys winning." But we don't get that. Like, we don't get a Nick Fury talking to the president situation. What we get is uh, Rava, aka Scroll Rhodey, talking to the president, and it's about like, oh, let's attack this Prolux base, which is on Russian soil. And the president is like, that's going to cause World War III and stuff. And that's exactly what Gravik wants. Like, what we thought would be like a really big win, everybody theorized would be a really big win for Nick Fury, ends up not being a big win. It feels like a lead up for the villains once again to have a big win. Let's see. So we had this phone call scene where the harvest is mentioned, and like I said earlier, we find out later exactly what the harvest is, and Gravik obviously wanting it, and I'll explain later what the harvest is. So we get this scene now. A lot of people recognize that this is the same guy from the Black Widow movie who was able to get her the Avengers Queen jet, and he got her like other supplies that she needed as well. Now, one thing I'm wondering is did Nick Fury like recruit this guy after the Black Widow movie, or did they say in the Black Widow movie if he's a Shield agent? Like, has this guy been actually Shield agent since before the Black Widow movie and during the Black Widow movie, and that's why Nick Fury is asking for his help, or did the Black Widow movie result to Nick Fury recruiting him either as a Shield agent or as not a Shield agent? Let me, if you remember the events in the Black Widow movie, let me know in the comment section if there was any line regarding whether he is a Shield agent or not. So we get this, uh, I guess you could say action scene regarding Gaia and I forgot her name, Nick Fury's wife. What was her name? Do I have it in the notes? Uh, uh, Vara. Her name is Vara. Her name is Vara, Vara, and do not get it confused with Scroll Ability because that was Rava. You know, then both the names have same spelling. So Gaia and Vara have this action scene, and here is my complaint regarding the scene. Like, we know that this is the first time Gaia has been inside this house building, but Vara has because obviously it's her house, and somehow the scene felt too choreographed. Like there should be some slight confusion in regards to Gaia. Like when they're starting moving around, she's like, there should be some line like, uh, "Where are we going?" or "What are you doing?" when she heads to that spot with the backpack star. And it seemed too much like, okay, here's the backpacks. She knew how to put it on. She knew how to like pull out the shotgun. Like she's has done it many times before. Like reloaded the shotgun and like everything. Even like looking around the room to like quickly spot the enemies and stuff. Everything about that entire scene felt like it is so choreographed that it does not make sense. And I already said why, because this is a unknown territory for Gaia. Yeah, we don't get that feeling. And like really, that's the only complaint I have regarding the scene. And we're going to. I'm just going to go on to the next scene because I don't really know what else to say aside from the too choreographed. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but you remember the face changing tech that we saw in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Black Widow used. So Nick Fury, like we've seen him use small gadgets all throughout the series, even the rocket launcher that he used in the previous episode. So yeah, like Nick Fury, he still has access to a bunch of shield technology. Obviously, not the bigger kind, like the helicarrier and stuff. Although I'm not exactly sure where Nick Fury had all this stuff hidden, or where he even hides it on his clothes. Because obviously he doesn't carry anything like a utility belt. So we got another question regarding the British lady. And got a see Nick Fury. Now she apparently was not aware regarding Rava, Scroll Ruddy. Right. She was not aware of that, and it looks like the whole attack on Russian soil is going to go forward, and that's going to be a thing in the next episode. Um, so we find out what the harvest is. So apparently, Nick Fury's scroll team went around collecting the DNA from the Avengers. Now, we never find out exactly when this was, like which Avengers movies the DNA was from. Like he mentions that Captain Marvel's DNA is one of them. We have no Avengers DNA. And obviously the comics to Super Scrolls have shifted into like Avengers, copying their powers and stuff too. So that's obviously what the reference is. It's just we don't know which movies. Now, is he referring to like the Captain Marvel movie in Avengers 1? Does he have access to Scarlet Witch? Like for like during Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, even Captain America Civil War? Like does he have the DNA of all of them? Because Avengers Endgame, that was a big army. So I don't know. I think they should have clarified more on exactly when. Because right now it feels like it's just a theory. We can just theorize when DNA was taken, whose DNA, etc. And I want that to be something that we get an answer to in the next episode. Um, so we are moving on to the. This is gonna be the final. I see that I've been live for 22 minutes. So I guess this isn't this stream. I thought this stream was gonna be an extremely short one. Turns out that's not the case, which is good. Regarding the vial, I'll even zoom in on it. So he says the vial, obviously, like is that's the harvest with all the DNA. One, why is it one vial? How can all that DNA be put into this? Like really, it's a tiny vial. Like if I zoom out, that's like what, like a size of a pencil, just longer in width. It's like around the size of a pencil. Has all that DNA collected in something that's like the size of a pencil, or I guess you could even say the size of a crown. And that's not the only thing. Also, why is there a clear liquid? Shouldn't it be red if it's DNA? I don't know. Like, and like, even if it was like a lot more, like if you even got like DNA regarding Thanos' army, then like, does Thanos' army also have red blood? Or is it like a different color? Because we know scrolls have purple. So different color ones do exist. Which even adds to the confusion as to why this is a clear liquid. And I don't know, maybe that it could be that they're actually tricking us. It could be that this, because Nick Fury has a line where he says, "Oh, this is actually where me and the wife had our honeymoon and stuff," and he gives that entire story. Is this a fake? Is Marvel trying to like trick us, and this is actually a fake vial? because like and the real one's actually like red and stuff. But we won't see the real one, and we won't see like how many of the multiple actually there are because you can't fit all that DNA into one. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. And yeah, that's my last point. So well, in August we're gonna start covering the Ahsoka show. Next week is the final episode of Secret Invasion. And I haven't actually like thought about what do I want to cover, what stream topics do I want to do after Secret Invasion ends, but before Ahsoka. Because obviously we don't no longer have access to multiverses because that got shut down because they wanted to develop the game even more. Um, I don't know, but I guess my last thing is give me. I hear rumors about possibly a not Captain Marvel, the Marvels trailer releasing tomorrow. I don't know what time. I don't know what time it'll be, like exactly, because it could be like delayed, not delayed. Maybe it comes out earlier, doesn't. But I'll try to find time to react to it, so you guys can hear my thoughts regarding that. And that's about it. So if you watched this stream live, thank you. If you watching this stream when it gets uploaded to YouTube, thank you. That is all I have. So good night, good evening, good morning, depending on your location.